Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Everyday Off-Road. Today, well, as you can see, we're in the engine compartment. Little Double D decided oil filter adapter decided he's gonna leak. Common problem on these 4-liter inline sixes. Really bad design. Really bad design. So, why don't you come along with us on our little fun-filled adventure. Things we're gonna have to do, since we are very close to the starter right there with our working, we will disconnect the battery. This way we don't light up. We have to remove the oil filter, clean up all this. Oh man, tight fit. And I believe it is a T50 recessed nut or bolt head, however you want to call it. I do know it is very tight down there to the frame rail, or the unibody frame rail. And let's see, we're probably going to have to disconnect the oil sending unit right here and probably wire these guys up out of the way till we can get down to the nitty-gritty down there. Now, I can tell you this right now, this engine is currently clocking in at a bazillion degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm really not looking forward to this. So, no better time than the present, huh? They should go grab some tools and start wrenching on Double D. Sound like a plan? Sound like a plan. I went to get a O-ring kit for it, and nobody has them. I am going to tear it apart. This is what I was told. I was told this by some other Jeepers, that the O-ring from the oil filter fits there. Now, that I do not know. We will find out. So, come along with me down there. Okay, battery in disconnect. How'd that go? Stop Bane Auto. Shout out to Mr. O. I'm using one of your favorite chemicals here. Oh, here we go. Now we can see what we got. The oil filter adapter. As you can see, it goes up to the block right there. That black portion being the block, and the silver is the adapter. This black portion down here is the bolt head. Big bolt head. I'm thinking we're going to be going down below for this, only because it's facing downward, and I don't need this thing to strip. If this thing strips, there are going to be some well chosen expletives, some very well chosen expletives. So, meet you guys down there. All right, see you in a few. Alright. Went down to the local auto parts store and got the Felpro gasket. See that number? 70301? Alright. That's a gasket you would use. Oil filter gasket will not work. There's just too much there. And what you need is something nice and pliable like this. Not, I repeat, not this. This is Double D's oil filter adapter gasket. Hard as a rock. I don't know about hard as a rock, but not as pliable as this guy. So, it's as simple as this. Installed. Now, I did notice that I had a problem with videotaping yesterday in removal of this from the block. Let me give you a real quick rundown. I said I believed it was a T50. This is the bit that I used. I actually had to hammer it out of the socket that it was in because the socket was too tall. There's the socket it was in. It actually only went in about that far. What I needed was an old Craftsman. This height plus a 3/8 breaker bar, there was just enough room to sneak up in here and catch. I did have to cheat a little bit. I tapped it up with a hammer to make sure that it sank in. Now, be warned, there really is no room. So this setup is strictly for breaking this bolt loose. Now, to get this bolt, that's actually what that is, that's actually a bolt. Let me, as you can see, it's a bolt, has 2 O-rings. To get this bolt undone, you need to use your bit. What I found works good, ratcheting box wrench. Do not, I repeat, do not try to break this loose with this. If you do, you will be getting a new one of these because this will break. Put it in there, set it for loosen, push it up in there, and take your good old sweet time. They are fine thread. At some point in time in the loosening process, this housing will spin. This location right here, there is a pin in the block. You see that recess right there? There's a pin that protrudes from the block to locate this. Usually it locates it at a 90-degree angle to the engine block. You will have to deal with keeping this from turning. Now what I found works nice is I use a punch and slide it in here while I'm loosening this, because those O-rings do put quite a drag in there. Oh, so you know, when I used the breaker bar, I did need a cheater pipe, an extra foot. This thing is on there pretty tight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, well, you notice we're inside right now. You can probably hear that we're inside on the little kitchen counter. Mother Nature decided to give everybody a bath last night. In other words, it's raining. Driveway is soaked. One of the fun things about everyday off-road, working in the open-air garage, dealing with Mother Nature's moods. Oh, also, when I was making room to get to this, above it is the oil sending unit. Out here. I attempted to undo the lock for the connector, the stupid red lock that all Jeeps have. Was pushing down to get the lock to disengage when Doldy's original sensor decided to let go right here. So we will be putting in a new sensor. 2-wire. An actual oil sending unit. Alright. So, I'll grab my coffee, grab my parts, and I'll meet you outside. See you in a few. We need to go right here. There's the boss for the mount. There's that pin I was talking about. And this is why we're going to be doing it from underneath, because I can just pull these wires up out of the way and they're fine. Down below, looking up, what was happening was I was getting a lot of glare from the light up here from the sun, and a lot of the video was just too far gone to try and save. Oh, remind me guys, remove my screwdriver. I don't need that there. That's gonna cause a problem. So, look at my blanket, and I'm heading downtown, per se. Not right. Easy. All right. See you in a few. You know, you will look like this when you're done. And this. All right. Whew, that's done. Now what we need to do is we need to get our stupid wire clip here off for our oil sending unit. Well, no wonder it broke. I was doing it the wrong way. And I thought it was in the right. Let's go find ourselves a oil sending unit socket. I know I have one. I know I have one somewhere. A little sip of coffee. Alright. Well, these tools I never thought I'd ever need more than once in my life. Oil sending unit socket. Now, it'll accept this entire thing in there. Oop, hey, hang on. Really? I'm hoping. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Pops in. And if you look inside there, you can see there's just enough room. And of course, it's half-inch drive. So let me go and get myself a 1/2 inch ratchet. We'll say goodbye to your old friend. Now, some of you will say you need to put some thread sealer on there. Others will say, oh, you don't need it. You know what? I tend to like to put a little bit of Teflon tape on there. Why? Alright, come close, guys. I know everybody out there that's watching this has at least 2 rolls of Teflon tape that they used about that much out of. And they're laying somewhere in your toolbox. Whether it be all the way at the bottom or all the way in the back. They're somewhere in your toolbox. Okay? I know of at least 4 around here. Every time I do a plumbing job in the house. Oh, it's Teflon tape. It's only 75 cents a roll. Grab one just in case. Before you know it, you're up to here in those stupid white and blue rolls. You know what I'm talking about. You do. You do. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. So, let me go find one of them. Look familiar, guys? When you buy these, you usually use about that much. And the rest of this goes to waste. So, let's seal up our threads in our new sending unit. A couple wraps is all you need. So, let us go back underneath here. Hey! Also, I like to keep the first thread or 2 clear. It just aids in starting your threads. Sometimes. All right. Now you don't want to over tighten, because then you're in a different boat of trouble. There we go. Now, let's see, what else are we missing? Oh, oil filter. Okay. New filter. I got maybe like a quarter of a quart in there. And I also rubbed a little fresh oil around that on that seal. And alrighty. They hook the battery back up, fire it up. See a double D likes his repair. Alright. Still noisy. Got some valve tap. The winkle tap. No oil. Little D's been running for the last 5 or 10 minutes. Only thing is, we have residual oil burn off. Yesterday driving home, this thing started really smoking, really leaking oil. So we got a little bit of smokiness. Other than that, we are good. Okay, before I go, I'll share a little tip, make things a little safer next time you're doing work near a battery. When you are connecting a battery, always connect your positive first, making sure your negative does not touch. Push down. This way you can touch this and any metal around you without getting shocked, and tighten up your terminal, all before connecting this guy. This way, if for some reason you slip and you touch any kind of metal on the body or engine, you don't get shocked, because there is not a complete circuit. Once you have tightness, also don't over tighten these guys. Many a times I've seen these almost touching, and it's just wrong. Right? Don't over tighten them. Once you have your positive tightened up and you are satisfied with it, its location, its rotation, everything about it, then and only then you can come over here and hook up your negative. Now, I always like to make sure that I'm not touching anything when I connect this. As you can hear, there is a computer inside, plus the radio, and under hood light, of course. So there will be items taking a draw instantaneously as soon as you touch these. So I usually like to keep away from any metal and the contact area of these posts. Push it down, a little bit of a snug. Now, if you touch anywhere on the body, it ain't gonna matter, because everything is now ground. Positive, tighten up your terminal until you are satisfied with its tightness, its rotation. Doesn't move, that one don't move. You are now golden, or that one guy would say, mint. Now, for the ultimate test, to make sure that these are tight the way they're supposed to be and have good contact, we go in and hey, let's see if we got juice. All right, booyah, we're good. We're good. Of course, it is a 4-liter. You can hear the little tapping. When this guy's warmed up, you barely hear it. Only on startup and in the warm-up process do you actually hear them. I believe the 4-liter tick, as it's called, the 4-liter tick, is installed in the factory and is designed to appear anytime after 150,000 miles on these 4-liters. So, that's just me. That's just me. So, I think we are done for today. For Everyday Off-Road, I am Mike. I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by, doing a little tooling around, a little tinkering on Double D here. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up, like the video. If you would like to see more of this kind of stuff and keep up with what's going on with Double D, Trail Rig, Gray, and all the other cast of characters here at Everyday Off-Road, click the subscribe button. While you're at it, click the notification icon, the little bell. That'll give you a notification anytime we post new content. Alright, so, I'm over here now. For Everyday Off-Road, this is Mike saying, catch you guys later.